You're watching Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines for April 30th, 2021. My name is James, and today's rundown includes Nicole Kidman has a new picture out as her playing Lucille Ball. David Cronenberg has a new horror movie out. Noah Centineo, is he out as He-Man? Yeah, there was a new He-Man movie on the way, but maybe not. And then we'll just run through some assorted headlines to see what catches our eye and round things up with the Reddit Roundup. As you know, all of these topics can be found in the description and on that bar there on YouTube. But let's begin today with looking at this new photo from Nicole Kidman as Lucille Ball on the side here. It's broken, and it's from a movie called Being the Ricardos, an upcoming movie where, well, there you can see her. Nicole Kidman's playing Lucille Ball, and Javier Bardem is playing her husband, Desi Arnaz. And it's being written and directed by Aaron Sorkin, who just had some notoriety with Trial of the Chicago 7. Come on, he's a big writer in Hollywood, you know who he is. And this movie, it's got my interest piqued a little bit. It's about 1 week of them shooting the show, but what's got people up in arms is that when you look at the picture of Nicole Kidman and then you see her beside what Lucille Ball really looked like, if you were on Twitter yesterday, you saw all of this Deborah Messing stuff. And if you look at a picture of Deborah Messing as Lucille Ball, you're like, oh. They look very similar. And apparently, Deborah Messing did like a small bit of her on one of her TV shows. And guys, come on. They look alike. That would be cool to see. Why didn't they choose her? I'm guessing because Nicole Kidman is an award-winning actress. She's one of the best actors working today. She's got some notoriety, and we haven't seen the take yet. We haven't seen what they're trying to do with it. Obviously, Nicole Kidman has the ability to play almost anything, so I think she'll be okay in this. We'll see. We have to wait to see the first teaser from this. But just looking at her, and I'm just like, okay, I'll give her a chance. But I know it's got some people's feathers ruffled, and we'll see if what you think about it. Let me know in the comments below. Moving on to some David Cronenberg news. Crimes of the Future! Viggo Mortensen and David Cronenberg are reteaming for a new sci-fi movie. Now, I'm a big fan of theirs. They worked together on one of my favorite movies, A History of Violence, and you can never go wrong with Viggo Mortensen. Now, this movie is the first of Cronenberg since 2014. It goes on to say it's got a huge cast. It's got a really huge cast. Let's go to Deadlines. They got a little bit better, some photos up here of Leah Seydoux. You'll recognize her from James Bond, Spectre. She was in Spectre, right? And of course, Kristen Stewart. Oh, you can't go wrong with her, at least in front of the camera. Talking about the script. Now, the first original sci-fi script from Cronenberg, it sounds like this is going to be a very ambitious, futuristic project. Guys, I'll just read you a quick snippet and I'll tell you how convoluted it is. This evolution of humans where they're in a natural state into a metamorphosis, altering their biological makeup. They try to embrace different technologies into the human body, and they develop this syndrome because of that. And it's just crazy. It's so far out there. It's got like notes of Videodrome and As Extends, obviously. People draw that comparison. The plot is so convoluted. I'm not going to bore you with the whole reading of it, but if you want to check it out, go read it on Deadline. And I think coming soon also has a small synopsis. I'll give it to you guys straight. It's going to be one of those weird, funky ones where it's just going to be like As Extends, where it's going to be like weird things going on, hopefully with the weird body horror, like Videodrome, where you get videotapes put inside of you and stuff like that. It's just weird, far out there stuff that I really enjoyed from Cronenberg's earlier works. And yeah, I'm kind of excited to see that. Viggo Mortensen and him working together again, they've done some really good stuff in the past. Really good stuff. Eastern Promises, that comes to mind. Okay, so let's continue on with some more just assorted topics. Borderlands movie sets new additions, including Gina Gershon as Moxie. Yeah, they're making a Borderlands movie. If you played the game, then I'm sure you probably are aware of this. Directed by Eli Roth, though, he did the first Hostel movie, and then he's done a whole bunch of these really lower budget, not so good horror movies as of late. But they've cast Gina Gershon. Now, if you don't know who she is, she was in Showgirls, and a lot of people recognize her from Face Off. Just an supremely gorgeous woman. Now, I don't know too much about the character in the game. I looked it up, and I was like, oh, well, that's the character. I don't know how faithful they will be to it. But Moxie, hey, you know what? I'm on board for it. I like her as an actress, and I looked up a picture of her recently. There she is. Maybe. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. They just said basically they're excited to work with each other. I don't think there's an actual release date for it yet, but I don't want to bore you with any more of those details. Let's talk about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Masters of the Universe needs new He-Man after Noah Centineo exits. Now, this Noah Centineo was I guess he was from TV shows. I never saw him before. He was in that newer Charlie's Angels movie. And he's not the biggest guy. He's not somebody you would think of, oh yeah, that guy's got the physique to be He-Man. Yeah, no. But he was working out, and now he's exited the project. Which is kind of a bummer, because this Masters of the Universe project is something that's really, really been struggling to get off the ground, and it's something that I really want to see, because if they do it well, and they get Skeletor right, that conflict, as cheesy as it is, it's just good guys versus bad guys. Just get it that simple, and it can work. But anyway, it seems like this Noah Centineo is off the project that was broken to us by Collider. Let's pull up that article here on the side. Jeff Snyder brought this up. Snyder. If you movie fans out there, you know who he is. Basically, it just says that he's out, and it didn't give a good reason as to why. Yeah, he's no longer attached to the project, a representative for Centineo told Collider on Thursday, though no reason was given. Maybe because of scheduling, I'm guessing. I'm guessing it's because of scheduling. And while Centineo has the face for Prince Adam, I don't think he's got the ruggedness to play a He-Man. We'll have to see where it goes from here, guys. I'm really hoping that this project gets underway. Wait. David S. Goyer wrote an early draft. I don't know about this one. But it was just an early draft, and they've had drafts since by all of these other people. What do you think? The new Transformers movie casts Judas and the young Black Messiah star in the lead role. There's a new Transformers movie coming. Okay, and it's they've just casted Dominique Fishback. Now, I've never watched Judas and the Black Messiah, mostly because of the issue that it was hard to track down, and theaters just haven't been open up where I have been for some while, like since last year, guys. Come on. But there's a new reboot, or a new Transformers movie coming out. I don't know if it's going to be following Bumblebee. I was kind of hoping to see more of that story continue instead of going back to the Bayformers. But from what I've heard so far is that they are going to try to take it back to that Bayformers feeling. It's going to be directed by Stephen Caple Jr., the guy who did Creed 2. If you saw Creed 2, then I'm guessing it'll be a little bit more of like that kind of a flavor. So hopefully it won't be that over-the-top silliness and schlock that just Bay always brings to the Transformers movies. Moving on. Young rock star reuniting with Dwayne Johnson for Black Adam. Just a quick little headline for Black Adam. See, Dwayne Johnson would have the physique for He-Man, but not that other guy. But anyway, just a quick little one. I've never watched Young Rock on TV. I just don't have the time to watch TV shows that much, guys. I'm sorry. But looking at the picture of him, okay, yeah, he definitely looks like The Rock. I guess maybe they could use him as a flashback scene, maybe. Maybe that's what they're going for. And if they've got good chemistry on the set of this TV show, I'm sure The Rock was just like, yeah, this guy, we can bring him along. We can use him. And that's how cool The Rock is, because if something's working and he wants to include other people, good people, into his circles, he'll do it. And that's really cool about The Rock. That's really cool. So, what's going on here on Cinema Blend? Stephen King sends some love to Zac Efron and company as the Firestarter remake preps to start filming. And this is curious because it's going to be filming in Hamilton, which is just, down the road from where I live. But I wanted to talk about this story because Zac Efron has been in the news lately, and not for the reasons that you would think, for something a little bit more weird. Let's just pull up this little article here. Stephen King sends some love to Zac Efron. It's just basically him giving his blessings. If you've ever watched the first Firestarter, it had a very young Drew Barrymore in it, about this girl who gets powers and decides to burn everything. But let's get back to Zac Efron. He posted these pictures online the other day on his Twitter or something like that, and his face just looked weird. People thought that maybe he had some plastic surgery. I wanted to share those with you guys because that's what I was thinking when they talked about Zac Efron. But then if you look at some other pictures of him in the same photo shoot, it does look a little bit normal, and maybe it looks like he's been bulking up. I don't know. Maybe he just got his wisdom teeth out and is still a little bit puffy there. That's just celebrity gossip stuff. But talking about Twitter, I was on there the other day, and Harrison Ford was trending. And if you look up Harrison Ford on Twitter, guys, he did this little thing where he was shown this magic trick by some magician. I can't remember his name, Martin or something like that. But it's just kind of like he uses his mentalist skills to make him pick a card that he's already pre-chosen, and he finds it in an orange. But it's a standard, okay. But it's Harrison Ford's reaction that I would say, go check it out. Look up Harrison Ford on Twitter. You'll be more than happily surprised by it. Oh, what's this? Without Remorse. Without Remorse opens up this weekend on Amazon Prime. Michael B. Jordan. It's based on a Tom Clancy property, and a lot of people are saying that it's just, it's more action than Tom Clancy. Yeah. All right, well, let's go over to the Reddit page to wrap things up this week. The Reddit rundown. Just quickly, not too long here, guys. See if anything jumps out at us. I made more of my favorite movie posters out of perler beads. Cool. That looks like the classic Nintendo, very first Nintendo graphics kind of stuff. I like it. Anne Douglas, widow of Kirk Douglas, dies at 102. Rest in peace. Wow, 102. New images of A24's David Lowery's The Green Knight. I don't know too much about this project. It's got that guy from Slumdog Millionaire, right? And he plays some kind of weird knight, I don't know. RoboCop documentary, RoboDoc Wraps. Okay, that could be interesting. I looked at that article. It's just a quick documentary about the making of RoboCop, and it's got an interview with Peter Weller, so that'll be cool. They get some more insights into that. Somebody did a photo lapse of Anthony Hopkins' career. Official character posters for Army of the Dead. Okay, there's Batista. All bets are off. May 21st. It's just around the corner, guys. Some character posters. What do you think? I don't know who these characters are supposed to be, so is this supposed to wow me? I guess it will after I see it. No. I'm sorry. It doesn't do much for me. Movies that you genuinely enjoyed. Movies you enjoyed, but went home to find out they were critically panned. Oh, that's an interesting topic. It's only got 56 votes up. This happened to him too many times. His were Saving Silverman, Dreamcatcher. Hey, I like Dreamcatcher in the theater. I felt like it was not quite as polished as it could have been, but then when, people really didn't like Dreamcatcher, that Stephen King movie where they all got like these superpowers and duddits. Yeah, it didn't work for some people. But what were some of those titles for you? I guess for me, it would be Final Fantasy, Spirits Within. I really love this movie, obviously, because I got the Blu-ray. And I loved it in the theater. I think I saw it like 4 times in the theater. But it's not subject matter that's easy to digest. It's just got a really cool soundtrack, and it was groundbreaking because of the time, the visual effects, like the compositing. It was CG humanoid characters, and that's what I liked about it. David Cronenberg said Viggo Mortensen. Okay, we saw that. Crimes of the Future. So we're wrapping things up pretty much with that. Brand new Fast 9 IMAX poster. Okay. Well. Okay, let's wrap things up with that, guys. Fast and Furious 9 IMAX poster. That's the way it's been this week in the realm of movie and entertainment news. Let me know what you thought about some of these headlines. Did anything jump out at you? Let me know in the comments below. We'll talk about some of them. All right, let's look forward to tomorrow when we're going to do a retro trailer reaction for Iron Eagle.